Precipice. With a sudden sound coming from behind her, Prisippi stopped and slowly turned her head. That was Vidar. If you said you wouldn't. What? You have nowhere to go. So no need to worry. How long had he been following them? Or did he know from the beginning? She's trying to escape? Will he get angry? Will he attack her? Like those bad endings she had? Vidar began approaching her at a steady pace, without hesitating as he had been in the tower. It was a lie, wasn't it? When you said you were hungry. Vidar approached until he was directly in front of her, looking at her with his clear blue eyes. Why did you lie? You ran away from me to go where? Warning, building strong confidence and toughness is the most important thing in the game. She suddenly remembered the story of Vidar that she had read in the book of memories running through her head. Are you going to Fenrik? At the mention of that name suddenly, Precipice's expression changed slightly. Vidar quickly understood that his words were not wrong. It was as if Presepe was confirming this by moving her dry lips. Yes. I'll go. Although she still looked frightened, she met Vidar's gaze steadily and said so. I have questions I want to ask, and answers I need to hear. But you brought me here without any justification, and I couldn't do anything. She tried to force herself to respond, but she didn't know what would come of it. Will he get angry? Will he scream? Or perhaps, as the other men did, he would kill her because he was angry? But the words that came out of Vidar's mouth were not what Presepe expected. If? What? After you ask, and after you hear the answers, what then? Didn't I tell you? That I'm the only one who can protect you. And that everything is back to normal. Yes. Maybe Vidar was right. Rather, it was not just a possibility, but the indisputable fact. He is the real hero in the story of, and Fenrik was only a secondary character with no role. But after I hear Fenrik's answer, which I don't know yet. What did I want to do? Or rather, what can I do? Next to me, it was because of Vidar's blue eyes staring at her intensely. Vidar kept staring at her, then extended his hand and grabbed her shoulder tightly. Ah, he said it many times. It's him, not Fenrik. She knows it well, after all. So why do you keep making him angry like this? Is it because he's not Fenrik? So, no matter how much you try to imitate him, it won't work? Oh, it hurts, let go. If so, is it not better to do what my heart tells me? I wanted him to stare at me like he looked at Fenrik. I wanted you to love me the way you love Fenrik. That's why I did all this madness. The revenge plan, the complex plots, the use of Fenrik, even breaking my original goal of trapping Presepe in the game forever. But now, stronger and more violent feelings, which I cannot control, take over Vidar's heart more than anything else. It is black jealousy. Suddenly, Presepe's slender ankles were reflected above Vidar's blue eyes. Should I break her legs? So you wouldn't think of running away from me, would you? Should I make her unable to speak? So you won't be able to mention Fenrik's name again, will you? Should I hypnotize her? Then you won't think anything of it, and you'll never be far from me, right? Even he himself did not realize what this feeling was. Vidar looked at Presepe with those crazy eyes. At that time, then he began to whisper in a broken voice, I should have killed her. Since she tried to get up to me and she didn't know her worth. What? No, I shouldn't have given her any authority in the first place. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have done this, right? Authority? What is Vidar talking about now? You are meant to love me. What are you doing now? This is correct. It was clearly visible. That Vidar was not in his right consciousness. But the force of the hand holding her shoulder was too strong, and Precipice was unable to push him away. But Rick, who was sitting on Presepe's shoulder and looked just as frightened, was different from his owner. Rick flapped his wings and flew slowly, trembling. Then he pounced on Vidar's face. No, Rick. But from the beginning, there was no way a little griffin could harm Vidar. Vidar hit Rick with his other hand, looking at Rick writhing on the ground after hitting the wall of the building in disgust. How dare, a simple monster, a black mist like smoke gathered on Vidar's outstretched fingertips towards Rick. Don't. Leave him. He didn't do anything wrong. And you created all the monsters, didn't you? So why do you treat them like this? Vidar stopped moving hesitantly, and looked at Presepe with completely different eyes than before. They were very cold eyes, dripping with icy coldness. You do too. Then he uttered strange words that could not be understood at all. You are the same too. Annoying, I did nothing wrong. It is not enough that they changed things to their liking, and they cannot be implemented, it was mysterious. Why at that moment, Yoonjun's voice that she heard in her dream clearly rang in her ears. At that moment Precipice's eyes were trembling violently. Vidar, who was standing menacingly in front of Precipice's face without any hesitation, paused for a short moment. Then Precipice's gaze and Vidar's gaze turned at the same time to the same place. It was Vidar's chest. There was a flying arrow that had pierced him. Then she saw the soldiers gathering in large numbers. Attack quickly. We must get Mrs. In the foreground, Kevin is seen issuing orders loudly and hurriedly. And besides this Kevin, Precipice. There was the one she wanted to go to, the one she wanted to see, the one she missed. As soon as Precipice's eyes met Fenric's, Fenric drew his sharp sword and began charging towards Precipice and Vidar.